Hi, today we're at Islay Creek State Park on County de Oro. It's beautiful Pacific Ocean. And today we're going to hike up Valencia Peak Trail. The peak is 2.1 miles, so round trip is 4.2 miles. Take a look at all our little coastal sage. We got little wild mustard grown here. Over here we got, this guy's called lizard tail. He's got little spikes that come up like lizard's tails. This guy here is called coyote brush. Lots of coastal sage. Watch out for the poison oak all along the trail. It's these little green leaves come in three, usually a small one, and a large one. When they turn purple, that's kind of our dead giveaway, the poison oak. This plant here is called a sticky monkey bush. It's got these little trumpet-shaped flowers, tubular. It's great for little hummingbirds and bees to get inside there. Pollinate this fellow. Sticky monkey bush. This little guy here, he gets bigger. It's called a milk thistle, or milk nettle. He's got really spiny thorns all over him. He'll stick to your pants. If you're barefoot, he'll puncture your feet. So the trail looks like this at the beginning. It's well walked, easy, slight upcline. We'll hit these little mountain here and switch back all the way to the top and further on. This way here is called Rattlesnake Flats Trail. Okay, we're gonna head this way, Valencia Peak. Here we have a milk thistle with a flower on top. Beautiful, spiky, but he's soft. He looks spiky. He's really soft, but down here he's spiky. He's got this little, I don't know, call it a rosette. Spiky leaves on the bottom, and they thin out and get shorter. And we get all the flowers on top. Our milk thistle. So this little shrub here, he's the most common one you're going to find on the trail. It's called California sagebrush, Artemisia californica. So he's native to Western California, Baja California. He's the super dominant part of our coastal scrub up here. They grow about 5 to 8 feet tall. The leaves can be 4 inches long. These leaves are a lot shorter. And they're really sparse compared to some others. Sort of scrub. They kind of curve a little bit. The leaves do. So it's an Asteraceae. So it's related to our sunflower and our daisies, but these guys are not blooming yet. Or it's July, so they've already bloomed. And the Native Americans used to chew the leaves or make tea to help fight colds. It's kind of like a type of dental pain reliever. But animals don't eat it. But they do use it for protection and cover, like all of our little birds. Especially, if we're lucky, we'll find the endangered California gnatcatcher along this trail. Here's a view of the Islay Creek campground. Way up here. Up here. That's our van. That's spot 31. We're headed up these switchbacks, this hill. Here's what the switchback looks like. There's people up here walking the trail. And that's our beautiful ocean. So we have this fern-like plant up here. Actually, it's a real fern. This is a Dudley sword fern, Polystichum dudleyi. Sometimes he's called a shield fern. He's a super ancient plant. He lives only in California. He's got these long primary leaves. They get about 3 feet long. and then secondary leaves that alternate up the stem, and even smaller leaves or leaflets on top of that. Continuing on the trail, there's a sticky monkey. So check out this pretty little flower here. This is a coast morning glory, convolvulus cyclostegius, or Calistegia macrostegia subspecies cyclostegia. It's a perennial herb, also known as a bindweed or a bindweed. And it grows as a vine attached to our host plant. This guy here is a buckwheat. It's called cliff buckwheat, Eriogonum parvifolium. So he's related to our California buckwheat. It's got these bundles of thick leaves here. Little bundle, almost like fascicles. So our California buckwheat is called Eriogonum fasciculatum, which means fascicles. This is Eriogonum parvifolium. So here we have a wild berry vine. This is California blackberry, Rubus ursinus. The leaves that come in patterns of 3, so they look like poison oak, but the stems, they're super spiny. This got a fruit around August. So on the switchback here, out to the north, you get the first view of Morro Rock out of Morro Bay. That's a dormant volcano. He's the first of the 9 sister volcanoes of San Luis Obispo County. So the higher we go up the switchback, all this coastal shrub transitions to all this grass. Here's another fern up here, a little different than our sword fern. This here is a wood fern, Triopteris or Guta. His leaflets a little more smooth and rounded than our sword fern. Okay, we have some more ferns over here. So higher up, we have lots of ferns, grasses. Check out this little flower here. So he's not open yet, we'll find a good one. All right, here we go. Hey, this is a cardinal catchfly, or an Indian pink, Cellini Lacinata. It's a super distinct flower pattern, long, smooth, reddish stems. We have a few more over here. These guys tend to have single, or not very many flowers. Here's a little coffee berry. These guys get like 10 feet tall, or bigger. Anyway, he's got these little coffee berries here. Along the trail here, this is a goldenrod. It's got this bushy inflorescence of flowers at the top of the stem, little rosette of elongated diamond-shaped leaves at the base, and I'm pretty sure this is a 3-nerve goldenrod, Solidago velutina. Hey, up here we have some mule deer. Here we got the mommy and the baby. So up here in the tree, here, this is a mourning dove. So this pretty little guy is another one of our Indian paintbrushes, Castellasia finus. He's got this bright cluster of flowers at the top, long lance-shaped leaves at the bottom. They taper off as you go up the stem. So about a mile in, you have a little decision to make here. You head down the BB Trail, loops around by Oaks Peak Trail and the ranch house. This is a BB Trail, kind of a bit longer, goes down the canyon and then wraps around. You head right, continue to Valencia Peak, 1 mile ahead, this way, and 1.1 miles to the trailhead where we started. So we're basically halfway there. So this big batch of ferns up here, these are called Western sword ferns, Polystichum unitum. He's an evergreen. It grows from Alaska down to Southern California. We got the morning fog rolling in. It's going to ruin our view. But that's how these plants get most of their water, from all the fog. Especially the Monterey cypress. Well, here's a little special treat. This is our Silver Dune Lupine, or Lupine. Lupinus chamissonis. He's known as a bush lupine. He's got these pretty flowers. They grow in whorls. They're about a half-inch long. You get this purple to the blue color. And the fruit, here we go. Little hairy legume on the fruit with the seeds. So this guy only grows along California coast. He likes to grow in sand dunes, but apparently he's growing up on this trail here as well. And the leaves, they fan out like palms, a little palm tree looking leaf, right? They're kind of long and spiral, and they're dark on the inside, and they're little coated white and silvery on the outside. That's how it gets its name, Silver Dune. And the silver is from tiny, tiny little hairs. They keep them shaded, keep from losing moisture through evaporation or transpiration. This guy will get about 5 to 7 feet tall. He's a really pretty plant up here. Silver Dune Lupine. Hey, look at this little guy on our buckwheat. He's a yellow-faced bumblebee. Look at that. Turn around here. He's got a little yellow face. So we're getting closer. The fog's getting thicker. We're gonna head up top of the hill. I think it's about a quarter more of a mile. So I can't walk out here in this area, but this guy here is a prickly phlox, Lynanthus californicus. He's native to California. He's found out in these chaparral areas from San Luis Obispo down to Riverside, even Camp Pendleton. He's perennial, so he flowers each year from the same plant. He grows about 3 feet tall. He's a little bit woody. He's got long, woolly, soft, matted hairs. And the flowers here we see, they bloom from March through June. It's July, so we're getting kind of lucky here. And they have these clusters of blooms on the outer edges of the plant. You might get a dozen of these little round flowers, and they're pink to lavender, sometimes white. And his genus, Lynanthus, it literally means linen flower. They open up during the day and they twist closed at night. So that's pretty cool. Hey, check out this wasp here on the trail. So she's got this red abdomen, dark body, looks like some white markings on her back. Comes from a family of wasps called Vic Newman. But there's so many of these wasps, I'm not really sure what species it is. Another switchback, we're almost there. Got some more of our lupine, or lupine, some people say. Pretty little flowers. And our buckwheat. Lots of golden bush. Sticky monkeys. Lots of grass. Our little ferns. Gets kind of steep here. The legumes here. So we're almost there. Here's a final trail up to the peak. It's hidden in the fog. So I'm not sure we're going to have a very good view. This little trail up here, that was pretty hard. It's real foggy. So you're going to come to a junction here at the top. You go left or you go right. But we're going to go right. It's about 1/3 of a mile until we get to the peak, which is 1,300 and 47 feet above sea level.
Well, we made it.
Valencia Peak, 1,347 feet, over 2.1 miles. So do a little algebra geometry, you can figure out the slope. Here's the beautiful Pacific Ocean. So it's 10 o'clock in July. If you want to see the views, get here very early in the morning or later in the afternoon when the fog wears out. Otherwise, between 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, it's always going to be foggy like this. So there's this trail here, goes over to the other side, views of San Luis Obispo County. This trail on the right just wraps around the peak. Well, we made it to the top of Valencia Peak. Out here's the Pacific Ocean. Over here's Morro Rock. Out here's some hillsides, a nice beautiful canyon, lots of fog. But I have one more special treat for you right here. This is our Seaside Poppy. It's sort of a subspecies of California poppy, which is the state flower of California. This is Eschscholzia californica, variation maritima. Maritima, of course, means sea. All right, when he opens up, he'll have a little orange center. He's got tiny, tiny little fragile leaves. Very, very cute plant, all alone up here on Valencia Peak. So, hope you like that video. Have a great day. Bye.